How much dividend income can $100,000 in SCHD actually generate? It's one of the most common questions I get, and today, we're breaking it all down. I'm going to show you the real math, the actual income potential, and the truth behind whether $100,000 in SCHD can truly generate reliable dividend income. And here's the twist. The answer might surprise you in ways you never expected. Because what you're about to see isn't just about SCHD, it's about a proven strategy designed to turn your wealth-building goals into reality. This video is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. All investments carry risk, and past performance is not a guarantee of future results. So stick around. I'll even show you the exact income breakdown and how a small tweak to your dividend strategy could change everything. Don't forget to subscribe for more simple investing guides. Let's get into it. SCHD is known as the king of dividend ETFs. It's slow, yes, but it's the holy grail of dividend investing. But what makes SCHD so special? Why has this particular ETF captured the imagination of thousands of investors dreaming of passive income? Think of SCHD as the Navy SEALs of dividend stocks. While other funds might accept any company that pays a dividend, SCHD puts every potential holding through an intense screening process that would make a military recruiter proud. The 4 trials every SCHD stock must pass. First trial, the endurance test. Companies must have paid dividends for at least 10 consecutive years. No fair weather dividend payers allowed. This isn't just about paying dividends when times are good. It's about maintaining that commitment through recessions, market crashes, and economic uncertainty. Second trial, the growth challenge. Positive earnings growth over the past 5 years. Companies can't just coast on past glory. They need to prove they're still growing and evolving. Third trial, the financial fitness exam. Companies must show strong return on equity and manageable debt levels. Think of it as a financial health checkup where only the fittest survive. Fourth trial, the sustainability assessment. The dividend yield must be reasonable and sustainable. SCHD doesn't want companies that pay unsustainably high dividends just to attract investors. What emerges from this rigorous process is a concentrated portfolio of the U.S. dividend champions. We're talking about companies like Coca-Cola, 61 years of consecutive dividend increases. Johnson & Johnson, 60 years of dividend growth. Procter & Gamble, 67 years of raising dividends, and Microsoft, growing dividends by over 10% annually. But before I reveal exactly what a $100,000 in SCHD will generate, we need to see how it stacks up against the competition. Because in the world of dividend investing, SCHD isn't the only game in town. VYM versus SCHD, which gives better dividend income? VYM, Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, holds over 400 companies. Its strategy is simple. The more, the better. It's all about maximum diversification with a 0.06% expense ratio and a 2.9% yield. Think of it as owning a piece of almost every dividend-paying stock in the U.S. SCHD, on the other hand, is more selective. It sticks with 100 high-quality companies. It focuses on strong fundamentals, consistent dividends, and long-term growth. Same 0.06% fee, but a different mindset. Quality over quantity. In dividend investing, VYM chases, spreads wide, and reduces risk. SCHD focused on the best, so which one fits you better? That depends on your goal and target. This isn't just a difference in numbers, it's a difference in investment philosophy. VYM focuses on broad diversification as a form of risk management. SCHD focuses on concentrated high-quality holdings to maximize long-term returns. JEPI versus SCHD. Let's be real, both JEPI and SCHD are dividend workers, but they're built for completely different missions. JEPI focuses on generating high, consistent income. It pays every single month, which makes it ideal for people who want regular cash flow. What makes JEPI different is that it uses a strategy called covered calls, a way of earning extra income from the stocks it holds. That's how it's able to pay a very high yield, often much higher than traditional dividend ETFs. Because of the option strategy, growth is limited. That means your investment doesn't have as much upside in a strong market. You're getting stability and income, not big long-term gains. SCHD takes a different path. It generates income consistently, every week, every month as the companies inside it pay dividends. But the ETF only pays those dividends out to you quarterly because that's how it's structured, and the yield is lower than JEPI, but the quality of its holdings is top tier. It only includes strong, financially solid companies with a reliable history of paying and increasing dividends. That means your income might start lower, but it can grow over time. Instead of fighting each other, these ETFs could work together like a well-orchestrated symphony, each playing its part in the dividend income masterpiece. I will explain better, but before that, let's talk about the real magic of dividend investing. How it turns small, steady steps into real financial power over time. Most people don't start with a fortune. They begin with what they can afford. Maybe $5,000, maybe $10,000. So let's say you start with $10,000 and you're able to add $1,000 every month. Now here's the smart part. Instead of letting that money sit in a bank doing nothing, you put it into solid investments by good companies that pay you a little cash every month just for owning their shares. If your portfolio earns a 4% annual dividend yield, that means it pays 4% of your total portfolio value each year in cash. By the end of the first year, you've invested $10,000 plus $12,000 equals $22,000. Your investments may have grown a bit, so your portfolio is worth around $22,500. A 4% yield on $22,500 gives you about $900 a year. That's $75 every month, coming in while you sleep. That first $75 may not sound like much, but it's powerful. That's money showing up like clockwork, even if you do absolutely nothing. It could cover your phone bill, groceries, or a night out, and it's only the beginning. More importantly, it means your money is now working for you, just like you worked for it. And remember, you're not taking this money from your savings. This is money your money is making for you. You're no longer the only one working. Now your portfolio is working too, and every month it gets a little stronger. Year 2, the first signs of progress. You stayed on track. You added $1,000 each month just like before, and you reinvested every single one. By the end of year 2, you've now contributed $34,000 in total. Your portfolio with market growth might be worth around $36,500. Your annual dividend income could be around $1,460. That's about $120 a month. Now your dividends are covering more than just a phone bill, maybe groceries or transportation. And the best part is, it's still automatic. You didn't work more hours, your money did. Year 3, the momentum stage. You've stayed consistent. Every month, you've added $1,000 to your dividend portfolio, just like watering a plant. And those dividends, you've been reinvesting them, letting them buy more shares, which then pay more dividends. That's called compounding, and it's where the magic really begins. By the end of year 3, portfolio value, around $49,200, annual dividend income, about $1,968, monthly dividend income, around $164. That $164 a month is starting to feel real. It might cover your electric bill and internet, a week's worth of groceries, or your car payment. Year 10, the wealth machine. Total invested, $130,000. Your portfolio is now valued at $184,500. Your annual dividend income is $7,380. Monthly income, $615. This is no longer just investing. It's an income system. At this point, your dividends may soon exceed your contributions. The machine is now running itself. Year 20, financial freedom stage. After monthly contributions and reinvesting, your portfolio now valued $548,000 annual dividend income, $21,920 monthly income, $1,826. This is enough to cover your entire lifestyle in retirement, all from consistency, reinvestment, and time. So let's say you're close to retirement and don't have 20 years left to contribute $1,000 monthly, but you're wondering if investing $100,000 into SCHD could actually generate enough income. Let's find out. The average person working full-time in the U.S. makes around $50,000 a year. That's about $4,167 every month. SCHD pays about 3.4% a year, which means you'd earn $3,400 per year. That's about $283 a month or $65 a week, or roughly $9 a day from your $100,000 invested. Just enough for a good lunch or a few loaves of bread. But does that mean SCHD is bad for your retirement? The answer is no, because whenever you invest in SCHD, you are choosing low risk over high reward, and that matters when you're nearing retirement. But here's where it gets good. That $100,000 is more than just a chunk of money, it's the seed. Think of it like planting a fruit tree. The first few seasons, it only gives you a few fruits, but over time, as it grows and you keep caring for it, the fruit multiplies. SCHD is the same. It's not just about what it pays now, it's also about how that payment grows every year. Let's now take that $100,000 and see if it can come closer to generating enough income, not with just SCHD, but by combining it with other smart, income-focused ETFs like JEPI and QYLD, a popular trio sometimes called the Dividend Trinity. SCHD acting as the stable grower. Yield, about 3.4%. It focuses on high-quality U.S. dividend stocks. It pays quarterly. It's good for the long game, like planting a tree that gives more fruit every year. JEPI acting as the monthly workhorse. Yield, around 7 to 9%. Focus on large U.S. stocks plus options for extra income. It pays monthly. It's like a steady paycheck. Not flashy, but it shows up on time. QYLD, this is the heavy cash giver. Yield, around 11 to 12%. Focus on the NASDAQ stocks plus income through options. Pays monthly. Let's say 40% in SCHD, 30% in JEPI, and 30% in QYLD. Here's how much income each part would generate based on their average yields. First, with $40,000 in SCHD, which pays about 3.4%, you'd earn around $1,360 per year, which is roughly $113 per month. Next, with $30,000 in JEPI, which pays a higher yield around 8%, you'd earn about $2,400 per year, or $200 per month in income. And lastly, with $30,000 in QYLD, which pays an even higher yield close to 11%, you'd bring in about $3,300 a year, or about $275 each month. Add all of that together, and your full $100,000 portfolio would generate around $7,060 per year, which works out to approximately $588 per month in passive income. So instead of the $283 monthly income you'd get from SCHD alone, this diversified combination could give you over double that amount, nearly $600 every month without lifting a finger. This is the power of diversification. Never put all your eggs in one basket, as they always say. Dividend investing is about building a financial foundation so solid that you can weather any economic storm. And if you want even more monthly income, check out this video where I show what a $5,000 dividend portfolio can pay you. See you in the next one.